Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. I still have a blocked nose, so yeah, I've talked through my nose. It's very annoying, but it's what it is. Today I want to talk about smaller brands that you might not have heard of, but they actually produce excellent rackets. We have 3 98 square inch rackets here. I've reviewed them on my channel, but I want to revisit them because they don't get a lot of attention, and I felt like I can put the spotlight on smaller brands and talk more about that. I think it's a good use of the channel time. So we have the 10X Pro Excalibur. This is more of a control racket, very plush feel. These are all kind of control rackets with different power levels, but the 10X has probably the plushest feel. It's also the one that I felt needed the weight the most, so I let it up this one quite a bit. But when I did, it played great, and when I reviewed it, I tried their softer string. I would say the Atomic Strike is a much better string for this racket. I actually really enjoy this one right now. The 10X X Strike, very soft, buttery feeling in the string bed, not a lot of free power, but just an overall very good spec for me. This is the 300 gram one, so that's why I needed weight. If you get the 315, you might not need all that weight, so that's probably why. And it was a lot of weight in the handle. Quality control, I don't know. It's sometimes an issue with smaller brands, sometimes it's better. But overall, if you're open to customizing with some lead tape and stuff, I think you'll be fine. So the 10X X Strike, great for control, great with this string, the Atomic Strike, really nice. 22 kilos or 49 pounds, good tension for this racket. If you want a control racket, you don't see it a lot on the courts. You want to stand out, it's blacked out, looks cool. So this is a great choice. It's not heaps of power, then you would go for the X Strike if you want something from 10X, or you know, a bunch of other rackets for other uses, but this one is a good stick. The 10X Excalibur, thin beam control racket, pretty low stiffness. These are all mid 60s, but this one probably has the lowest one on impact feel, I would say, and that's why it needed a bit of weight. But very nice stick, and with the thin beam for you traditional players. Actually, this one you can really feel the dwell time, how long the ball stays in the string bed, you really feel it. If you want that pocketing, which this racket has, you could string it medium low, lower, I would say below 50 pounds. You get some nice sensation. Even with a poly, you can go a hybrid, of course, but that's where this one has nice sensation, long dwell time, great on drop shots especially, I would say. If you look into Control 98s, this is a racket I reviewed recently. A very nice, plush, soft, arm-friendly feel. The Diadem Elevate version 3. I would say it's the softest one, the best one that I tried so far. And I really enjoyed this one. Check out my full review if you want to. Gives you control, plays a bit like a blade, but very soft, nice feel. Only issue I would find is that it's a bit too dampened at times, but otherwise it's just a great stick, so should be considered as well. Very nice cosmetic and feel when you hold the racket, kind of like velvety. So this is also a control racket. I would say this has a little bit more pop in stock form than the Excalibur. So this is a little bit more in the middle of these 3 rackets that I'm reviewing today. Okay, time for the Diadem, more of the middle ground racket. Nice blue cosmetic, velvety finish. A little bit more like a blade, this one. A little bit more middle of line racket. Doesn't need weight, I would say. Used Solinco Hyper G Soft, which is one of my favorite strings and control rackets. Opens up a bit more spin, still soft on the arm. Yeah, this one is more stable straight out of the box. Not quite as much pocketing, more dampened feel, but a nice feel. Very controlled, nice plush feel, arm friendly, don't feel the vibrations, pretty stable, just easy to pick up and use for control players, more advanced I would say, intermediate to advanced. Another racket I really liked, I considered switching to. My father actually did make the switch, so he took my Furies. Fury Arma Pro 98, and more power in this one, more spin, more string movement. You need to just string more often, but it's a very nice stick. A little bit stiffer than the other one, so not quite as comfortable, but very good for power, for spin generation, for more of a box beam style racket. So this one is a favorite of mine. I really like this one as well. If you want the most power out of these three Control 98s, I'd go with the Fury Arma Pro. More power, more spin, more everything. This one really wants to take the ball. Some movement going on in the strings. Not like bad control, but it's a bit less than the other two. Oh. Woo! Trying with the new Wasabi string from Torline. I don't know how new it is, but it's new to me. And yeah, these Furies are powerful, man. They produce good power. Very surprising for a box beamy racket. Still controlled, good explosiveness in the string bed. Not quite as controlled as the other ones, but yeah, it's a sweet stick. Looks pretty dope with this string actually. Oh! In there. For tennis elbow sufferers, the other two are probably a little bit more comfortable. I would say the Diadem Elevate is very arm friendly overall. So these three rackets should not be overlooked. Smaller brands, up and coming brands, whatever you want to call it. Diadem is making the most waves. They've been around for the longest. But these other brands are also worth checking out. Aussie designed 10X Pro and the New York brand Fury Arma Pro. These are all obviously made in China, but they are engineered in different places. Great three sticks if you're into a 98 that you don't see a lot on the tennis court. If you don't want to show up with a blade or a radical, then you have these three very good options, and I like to hit with them a lot. I hope you like this video. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.